Okay, what's up, folks? So, I've been instructed by God during this 21 day of prayer and fasting to vlog. I am very uncomfortable in front of a camera, and I'm very uncomfortable being in certain scenarios with a camera. Unless I'm being paid to be there and people know that I'm supposed to be there, I usually don't carry my camera around with me. I just kind of leave it at home or in the car or whatever. So, but I'm gonna be obedient. I'm gonna be obedient, so y'all are gonna follow me along. The only place I probably won't take it is the gym because I go to a Planet Fitness and sometimes they start tripping. So, but I'm gonna bring y'all along for this 21 days. I'm gonna vlog every single day. Things I deem significant, or if the Lord tells me to pick up the camera, I might give y'all some tips, tricks here and there. Maybe some food stuff, what I'm eating, because I am doing the Daniel fast, so I have to eat a specific way. So, maybe this will help y'all, or just follow me along on my journey, whatever. We're gonna see how this goes. So breakfast, Ezekiel bread, sugar-free jam, and an apple, and water.
And if you want your year to be everything that God called it to be, with no vision or blurred vision or wrong vision, the only thing you can do is ask Jesus to touch you.
So I know I said I was gonna vlog it all, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been a little disobedient in that. So God had to check me on that today, and so I'm just trying to be obedient. So, but I will update y'all on some stuff that's happened. God's been giving me a bunch of like wisdom and stuff to write down. My word, or my two words for this year, like specifically for me, myself, and I, is all in. So whatever I do, I'm all in. I took a step back, or I took a leave from my job, basically, making videos for a company, because God told me to go back into doing freelance, which is what I did all last year. And so this is a big kind of leap of faith for me, to go back into it, because I wasn't doing bad, but it wasn't really what I was expecting. But also I didn't go all in, so I am now going to go all in, and I have redone my room. So I'm not going to show how it used to be. Actually, I am. So this bed used to be right here, and this is a king size bed, and this room is not that big. So the bed used to be here, and there's pretty much no space over here. And then I just walk in from the door right here, get in bed, get out of bed, whatever. And that was pretty much all I did. Now, as you can see how the room's set up, I moved the bed over here, right? I went to IKEA last night off of this word from God, all in, because one thing about me is that it's been really tough the past year to do stuff like productively on my computer, whether it's editing, researching, whatever it is, on my computer here at home, because I don't have a proper desk situation. Because my grandma has a desk in another room, but it's kind of cluttered and it's not mine, so it's not very convenient, and there's no plug there. So the closest thing I would do whenever I wanted to get work done was to go in the kitchen and sit at the table, but I can see the TV from the kitchen, and it's not a great setup. So with this idea of all in, especially if I'm going back into freelancing, I have to have a setup at home where I can knock out these long editing hours, research hours, having Zoom meetings, X, Y, and Z. Because before, I was living off a TV dinner tray, basically. My computer was on a TV dinner tray right beside my bed, and it was just a terrible scenario. So now, I went to IKEA yesterday, bought a desk, and I bought two of these things so that way I can organize stuff, because I was also living out of a suitcase, low-key. So I bought these. I built the desk today, or I built the shelves today, and then I built this desk last night. And when I tell you, this desk is giving me like I haven't had a desk. I haven't had a proper desk in probably 2 years. The last place I stayed at didn't have a desk. I was kind of doing stuff either in my lap or kind of at the edge of my bed. So glory to God that I decided to finally just upgrade and invest in myself. because this is stuff that can go beyond, just now, right? This is when I move out of this house, when I move out of my grandma's house into my own place, I can have this stuff with me, obviously. So I figure it was time, and no time like the present. God told me to do it, most importantly, so I had to follow his will. But I'm gonna also update y'all on some stuff spiritually going on with me, so let's get into it. So let me tell y'all, spiritually, God has been going crazy. I've been getting revelation. Like, he's been speaking to me about some stuff that I've been actually asking about, and giving me other visions of stuff that I didn't, I wasn't asking about. So some stuff that I wrote down that he told me. I gotta finish my Crazy Faith book by Mike Todd, because I'm not really much of a reader. In the past, I haven't been. Let me rephrase that. That's also something he's been telling me is renewing my mind, basically. So renewing my mind and the tongue, like speaking life instead of death. So if I say I'm not really much of a reader, then you're confirming it. I'm not a reader. Like, even like that's present tense. Like, I'm not a reader. So if you say, I wasn't a reader, or confirming, like, okay, I'm getting better at reading. Like, if you gotta make it, like, you gotta spin it. You gotta retrain your brain to be positive, even when the situation doesn't call for that. Even when it's like, oh yeah, I usually do this. Like, oh, I used to, typically I drink in the situation. Typically I get high in the situation. You gotta change that and be like, I used to, you can say the old me, but you can just make it simple. Like, yeah, I used to get high. I used to drink. I used to look at this. I used to do that. I used to, do these things. But now I'm doing this. Like, kind of, people nowadays, I'm going to go off on a quick tangent. People nowadays like to talk about manifesting. And my opinion on it is there's nothing wrong with manifesting. The problem is that manifesting has become so general and westernized that people don't know, like, manifesting is real, but they're not doing it from like a Christian perspective. They're just doing it because, oh yeah, my friend is, an investor and does this and does that, or my friend is always talking, always posting spiritual stuff on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and we're gonna wake up every day and manifest our bank account be filled, manifest our husband, our wife, manifest our new job situation, manifest our new house, our new car. Like, but they're just saying that. They're not praying, like, they're not asking God for that in a sincere heart. And God might not want you in that new car, that new house right now. Like, that might not be what he wants for you right now. You gotta ask God, what do you want from me, as opposed to going to him like a genie asking, hey God, my financial situation. I would like $10,000 in the next, like, I'm gonna manifest $10,000 in the next whatever, because that's you. At that point, you're like, I. You're not asking him, hey God, what do you want for me in this season? Do you want me to develop stewardship? Do you want me to develop serving people? Do you want me to develop X, Y, or Z? So go to God with your request, and he will purify your request, and then he'll make his thoughts your thoughts. So God will give you everything that's on your heart, but you have to be in tune. Your heart has to be in tune with his heart. So you have to want the things that God wants, not the things that you want, if that makes sense. So once your heart is in line with with God's heart, then God's like, fantastic. If you're like, oh, I want $1 million. Okay, what do you want $1 million for? Most people want $1 million and they want to just keep it all to themselves. If it's not going through, if you're not serving people with that, with portion of that $1 million, like, if you say I want $1 million for me, okay, God's not really gonna honor that, because you're just, that's all self. God is a giving God. God gave his son so that we could have eternal life. Like, that, literally, he is a giving God. So if you say, I want to upgrade my financial situation so that I can give more, right? If that's something God tells you, like, hey, you're gonna have You know, you're gonna get the whatever, you're gonna get the money, the house, the whatever, but you're also going to give twice as much as you make through X, Y, or Z. Maybe maybe it's a nonprofit, maybe it's a business, maybe it's just pure income, but you just have a heart of serving. Regardless, you have to have the right motives, the God-given motives, and the only way to know that is to read His Word and to pray. You read His Word; it has a lot of the Word has a lot of general instruction and a lot of stories, parables, proverbs that will speak to your situation directly if you let it. God will lead you to it. Like today, not even like 10 minutes ago before I started doing this, God told me to read James 2. So He told me to look up James 2. And in James 2, it's dealing with talking down, looking down on the poor, but looking up to the rich, and kind of neglecting the poor. Like, okay, if the poor are hungry, feed them. If they're thirsty, give them something to drink. Like, people neglect the poor and their needs. And it also deals with pretty much faith without works is dead. Like, that's what that verse is. So it's dealing with having a heart of like having faith in God. Like, yes, God, I want this. And God's like, yeah, you know, you can, you're going to be this. And it's like, okay, God, but how am I going to do that? And He's like, figure it out, pretty much. Not figure it out, but like he'll let you know some things, but He's not going to give you the full plan, because then it wouldn't require faith. So He'll give you nuggets, snippets here and there, but it takes faith to step out on those nuggets of faith. So He might tell you to move to, I don't know, Oklahoma tomorrow. You might live in sunny Florida somewhere, living life good, weather's great, whatever, and He might say, hey, move to Oklahoma next month. And you're like, why? But He won't he won't tell you the why, but He'll tell you, go to Oklahoma. And then and then along the way, He'll give you the snippets, He'll give you the drops of information you need. So back to my original point, manifesting is an idea that's becoming very much westernized, and people don't really know what it means anymore. They have an idea of what they see from other people, X, Y, and Z, but they don't know that manifesting is real, but it comes from God. You gotta, like, it comes from Him. He'll give you your heart's desire, but your desire has to be His desire. So that's spiritually. I could get into more, but I went way deep into that one point. So for now, that's what God's been telling me spiritually, and how He's been helping me out. He's also been developing just good habits in the meantime. The fasting portion, obviously, me cutting out a lot of food. I'm a chicken strips and fries type of guy. Okay, I'm not the type that anywhere I go I'm eat chicken strips and fries, but I very much like on the late night, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock here. I'm in North Carolina, so we got a place called Cookout in this area, and it's open till like 2 a.m. on the daily pretty much. And I like to eat that when I'm hungry. And it's like, dang, I don't want to cook, or I don't have anything made. And it's like, ooh, I could just slide and get me some chicken strips and some double seasoned fries. I need to stop talking about it because I want it right now. But it's snowing outside, so thank God I can't go nowhere. But yeah, the fasting portion has been super lit. Cause I feel like I'm losing a little bit of weight, and I've also been going to the gym. And I noticed a little bit of weight here and there gone, but yeah, He's really just developing good habits all around, whether it is with my physical and spiritually as well. I'm reading more. I pretty much try to wake up in the morning and pray, developing good prayer habits. So I felt the best I've felt physically, spiritually, and mentally in the past 5 days than I have most of last year. I had a glimpse for a moment where I was kind of in this mode of like really being in tune with God and dwelling in the secret place pretty much, and just like really breathing in God and breathing out God, feeding my spirit and not my flesh. So I'm in a great place. I'm gonna fast more often too, because it really puts you in a good place. But one thing, for those people who are thinking about doing a fast, one thing I need to warn you about, and just make sure that you're ready for, is God will send you, God and the devil. It's sometimes it's tough to discern which one is which, but either way, tests will come your way and stuff will come up that's like almost seems like extremely extreme. in this scenario. So whatever your temptation is, whatever the thing that you're trying to give up is, and whatever areas of your life God needs to expose will get exposed, okay? And the devil will make petty attempts to throw you off your game, okay? For me, I'm gonna be humble, open, and transparent here, so y'all bear with me. This for some of y'all, a lot of y'all don't know this, some of y'all do, but that are close to me. But I struggle with pornography and masturbation. So for me, I've been really good at staying away from that stuff during this fast so far, and the devil has sent petty attempts to get me off my game, and one of the recent ones was, like I said, I was switching the bed around, and this is not, like I said, this is my grandma's house, so I didn't live here growing up. This is the room I'm in right now is a family member's, and I ain't gonna put him on blast, but let's just say the devil brought up some stuff in this room that I didn't know was in this room prior to me moving the bed, and so snakes in the closet was a little too real when I was moving. So he tried to throw me off my game with some of that. And then food wise, even simply on a food level, I don't really watch TV. I'm like most people, I probably watch Netflix or streaming services or whatever. But I was sitting at the table eating eating my fasting meals and all that. And I was watching like some sports or something because my grandma had the sports on, and I did not notice how many food commercials there actually were. Like stuff, some people don't like fast food and X, Y, and Z, but for me, like I said, I'm a chicken strips and fries kid, so that's easily, chicken, burgers, stuff like that. That's always the food commercials, right? And I didn't realize I was watching, and during like 2 commercial breaks for the sports, I was like, why are there like 3 commercials in like 2 commercial breaks, like 3 different food commercials? One, and it's not like it was the good one. It's not like it was Subway or Chipotle or something like that. It was like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Popeyes. We have a place here in the South called Bojangles, which is another famous chicken spot. Like I was just like, why as soon as as soon as you start trying to do better, the devil will come and try to get you back in your cycle, so that way he doesn't have to do that much work. Like, the devil don't have to do nothing to you if he can just flick you in the forehead and all of a sudden you're back in your bad cycles. So they've been trying to get me back in my bad cycles, but I've been so focused on God and watching sermons every day, reading the Bible, praying, having like deep prayers, like turning everything off or putting on some like lullaby sleep music for me to be able to just focus in. So all I can say is God is good, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna do better at this vlogging thing. I'm gonna try to bring it in public more often as opposed to just me sitting down talking, but I'm gonna be obedient, and I hope y'all be obedient as well. Oh yeah, another purchase I made for my gearheads, because I am a videographer. For my gearheads out there and people that just love reviews and stuff, I bought a Pelican case. Or I didn't buy one. My parents got me for Christmas. It's like the only thing I really wanted. They got me a Pelican case, so I'm very happy about this. Maybe I'll make a video about it, I'm not sure, but it's pretty much just a case for my film gear. I got my gimbal under there. My camera would usually sit in this pocket. I got some audio stuff, batteries, monitor, X, Y, and Z. So I've been really getting into, like I said, investing and this idea of being all in. So I'm very much excited for that. So I'm doing my best here to do what I gotta do and to be who I gotta be and just following God. So like I said, I'm gonna take y'all along for some more adventures. Just bear with me. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Day 6. Today has been a very simple day. Once again, still snowed inside. But I figured, I'm trying to get this freelance business back on track. So today we are basically preparing. That's what God told me to do, is prepare. Preparing for the increase, preparing for the overflow. So getting my I have corrected my website because my website was horribly outdated. So I put some new services on there, some new videos. So that's what I did this morning for the most part. I ain't gonna lie, I slacked off for a couple hours, but now I'm back at it. And right now I'm pretty much trying to find clients. I'm gonna search up businesses, people who I think may need a promo video, especially if they don't have one on their website. So we're gonna look for local businesses, and then try to hit some of the head honcho corporations around here. So let's get to it. So on today's episode of Fast, I have to clear this driveway so that I can get my grandma out of here so that she can go get a new phone because hers is acting up. So I've thrown some salt down. I only have this like half bag and this ice. On the grass it's okay, but on the concrete going down the hill, it's been a bit of a mule. So we gonna have to get it though. We ain't got a choice. We're just gonna have to do it. So I got this snow out of my driveway. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to break the fast because I was so tired and I wanted some real food. But well, it's real food what I'm eating, but like I wanted some chicken. I ain't gonna lie. But the Holy Spirit, luckily through good friends, helped me out. So I got a banana. But I'm now at the skating rink, which is my favorite place, possibly one of my favorite places on earth. Can't really see through this crap, but yeah, there it is. So I'll be in there. That's how I'm gonna end today off. Oh no, I'm gonna go home and do a little bit more work, but that's the only thing I'm doing today because I spent 4 to 5 hours shoveling ice and trying different methods and dang near throwing my back out. So yeah. And then I'll show y'all the main project of the day, the main thing that God told me during this fast. He told me the other day actually. It's actually been on my mind for a couple of like years, but it's been on my heart heavy for the past couple of days. So he told me to finally go out and to there's homelessness is big in a lot of cities, especially here in the South, any metropolitan city really. You'll see, just homeless people around. So it's really been put on my heart to try to help them out in some ways. So I went to Walmart today, spent probably 2 hours in there. It shouldn't have been that long, but they couldn't help me with some stuff for a long time. So I had to just stand around and wait for a while. But I got some backpacks that I'm gonna give. I have 11 backpacks here that I'm gonna give to the homeless, and I'm very much excited about them. They're filled right now. They're filled with what's a good one? Let's try this one. Right now they're filled with. I have a water bottle. Each one has the exact same thing. Well, except for these. These have like maxi pads, I think, because I heard that homeless women don't always have access to feminine products that they need. So I put like some maxi pads I think in there. I don't really know what I don't know. I bought something that I thought would help. Good heart. I don't know if it was right or not. But anyways, in here they have some deodorant, some hand sanitizer. I did get sent a link that said not to put stuff like hand sanitizer in there because apparently some people that have some homeless folks that have like alcohol abuse, that are at least they're alcoholics or something like that, sometimes have a problem with this because obviously hand sanitizer has alcohol in it. So I might take these out. I'll let the Holy Spirit lead me on that, but I think I might take these out potentially. Some soap, also kind of what they said not to bring, or what the website said not to put in there, because apparently if they take a shower somewhere, the place typically has soap for them, but this is less harmless, so I'll probably leave this one in there. Let's see. I bought these little emergency ponchos. I was in like I found these in the hiking section, and while I was waiting for the employees to come unlock the backpack so I could get them, put them in my bag. I was just kind of walking around that area, so a lot of stuff in here you'll see is kind of hiking related. But emergency poncho, like I said, it's snowing. It's been snowing. It's cold. It's like 30 degrees outside. So just imagine being outside in the bare elements for a long time, and rain, snow. Like, I'm sure they have jackets, but at the same time, you never know. So emergency poncho. That's all in this pocket. In here, I got like a travel kit for toothpaste, toothbrushes, the extra, something if they don't have anything. And these tissues on the go. I think 8 or 9 out of 10 of these, or 8 or 9 of the 11 of these have it, because they didn't have 11 of these, but I think there's like 8 or 9 of them that have this in here. So tissue on the go. And I think that's it for now. That's it for now in this. I just ordered the little, I couldn't find the Gideon Bibles, like the actual Gideon Bible. I couldn't find the small ones. So I did, but on Amazon they do have like a different brand, sort of, kind of, that has some small ones, some small Bibles, like the New Testament with Proverbs and Psalms. So I ordered 11 of those. Those should get here either tomorrow or Saturday. And I'll probably write like a little handwritten note, whether on a note card or something. Just a quick little encouragement, a little prayer on there maybe. And who knows, maybe something else will be added. Oh, socks. I'm going to have to go find some socks probably tomorrow. That's one thing they said, the website said, is like a big need, because, homeless people, they're walking a lot, they got blisters, things of that nature. So a good pair of socks, wool socks, and some bandages. I gotta get some bandages as well, because they said that's if you get like big bandages, that'll help. So I'm over explaining, but that's the service project God put on the inside of me for the last couple of days to a week, I guess. So I'm excited to get these. And it's like, as soon as I left the parking lot, right, I was in Walmart and I left the parking lot, and there's a turn, like a light, like the first light when you leave. Sometimes there's a homeless person there. I didn't think there would be one there today because it's like cold. I'm like, nah, even they probably might not be out here today. There was a guy out there. I was like, but it was like as I was leaving Walmart, so I hadn't like assembled these bags. They were all just like in random, Walmart bags and stuff. So I was like, dang, I wish I had it. So I panicked for a second, but I gave him a little bit of money, just because I felt bad. I was like, dang, bro, if I had it together, you would have got one of these bags. But oh yeah, one more thing I also put in there. Like I said, I think you saw the water at the beginning, but there's water, and I put a granola bar in there. Yeah, good morning, real quick. Got about 6 days left. I just want to show y'all that sticky notes, and God has been like telling me to write stuff down, because write the vision down, make it plain. Where there's no vision, the people perish. All that stuff. So I've been writing down notes from kind of just like prayers and stuff, also some verses, and so I'm gonna show y'all a couple, and they lit. He's been telling me to serve more, so I'm trying to be a servant. Preparing for increase has been a huge one. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Let your requests be made known unto God, and the peace of God, which passes all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. That one's been very helpful, because there's been a lot of, during this fast, there's a lot of things that I'm praying for, I'm asking God for in X, Y, and Z. But I gotta leave it there at prayer, not worry about it, because otherwise it'll just like, hog up my mental space. Store what's in my hand, don't worry about it. Basically, like, yes, we want more. We want, if I could have $1 million, obviously I feel like I would, but what good is $1 million if you blow it in the first 2 months, 3 months, if you don't know what to do with it? So learn how to be good with little before he gives you a lot. And life and death, this is the most important one up here in my opinion. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Speak life. Okay, listen. You need to be able to think, be transformed by the renewing of your mind, because what's in your mind is what's going to come out of your mouth, but your mouth really has the power to make things happen. So what you say affects a lot on the daily. So don't say, this is about to be a long day, because guess what, it's going to be a long day. So make sure that you are speaking life, not death. And the one I wrote down today, in regards to just prayer, keep on asking and you'll receive what you ask for. Keep on seeking and you'll find. Keep on knocking and the door will be open. For everyone who asks receives, everyone who seeks finds, and to everyone who knocks the door will be open. That's Matthew 7:7-8, NLT version. yeah, make sure that you're just speaking. Power of the tongue is really the most powerful thing. So ask out loud. Don't just in your head be like, yeah, Lord. In your head you're like, yeah, Lord. No, say that out loud. Like declare it. Like, Lord, I will be financially independent. I will be financially free. I will be set free of X, Y, or Z addiction. I will have great friendships. I will lead others to Christ. Have my family, recognize the Lord. Like stuff like that. So, make sure you're using your tongue, but make sure you're using it wisely. Don't speak death. Don't speak chaos. Don't speak none of that. Just be careful with the words that come out of your mouth. Make sure you know what you're saying. Don't, because as a man thinketh, so he speaks. So, okay, so today is the last day of the fast. I've learned so much, and I'm probably going to sit down later today and kind of go through a lot of stuff that God told me. Some of it's going to be repeat, some of it might be new, but it's been a crazy experience. I recommend everybody in their Christian walk to get on that. Okay, I don't care if you've done one, if you haven't done one, if you've been scared to do it because of, oh, I don't think I can do it. I get hungry too often. I probably feel tired. I don't have the time for it. I don't really do well in the situation. Listen, it's gonna push you regardless. Okay, just oh my gosh, this is great. But yeah, today, God gave me a revelation to do a couple of projects for free for businesses. So I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna start at the businesses I actually did the same thing for last year. But God told me that generosity and being a servant is going to spark what needs to be sparked in my business. So I'm gonna go out here, be generous, be a servant, while being a good steward, and I'm gonna just do what God told me to do. It's gonna sound crazy, but I just finished Crazy Faith. That was one thing God told me to do, was to finish the Crazy Faith book by Mike Todd during this time of prayer and fasting. So I finished it yesterday, and so what sounds crazy in one season will be counted as faithful in another. So I'm gonna do the crazy today. I'm gonna do the crazy today, tomorrow, however long He tells me to do it, before the miracle, the breakthrough, to whatever. I'm gonna just be obedient. That's all I know. So let's get it going. Yeah, for me, I would say this has been one of the greatest times in my Christian walk, and I've been saved for over a decade. But this is like the biggest breakthrough and the biggest testing and growth of faith that I've had. Even today is the last day of the fast, the last day of the 21-day fast, and it's going out with a bang. Okay, so for me today, just a quick recap of the day. Once again, God told me to do all this stuff for free, and just I don't know for how long, the rest of the week, I don't know, but He told me to kind of start out doing free. My service and my willingness will spark growth. It'll spark it'll spark my faith, right? It'll be okay, this is a real test of faith. Do I trust Him even when my bank account is dwindling, to do stuff for free? So but it also just testing my obedience just overall. So I went out today for probably 3 to 4 hours, went through all of downtown, and then some other parts of my city, and was going around, walking into places, saying, "Hey, my name's Donnie Durham. I'm a videographer based here locally in the city, and today I'm offering my videography services free. Would that interest you?" And surprisingly, most people were like, "Yeah." Some people were like, "No," because I feel like they were just older. They didn't really understand the power of video marketing. And I'm not the greatest salesman or pitch. I didn't pitch. I didn't practice my pitch that much. So that was pretty much all I said. There were some stats that I looked up and I was gonna say, but in the moment I kind of froze. Every time I go in there and talk to them, I kind of freeze up and stutter and run over my words. But yeah, I did that for about 3 or 4 hours. Got some mixed results, but nobody really wanting to do anything that day. I got a couple potentials though, but after I did all that, and I felt I was getting discouraged after the third hour. I went to, like I said, I probably went in 20 businesses at that point after about 3 hours talking to people and just whatever, and getting no's and some potentials, and it's like, oh yeah, my man, well, the manager's in here, the owner's in here, whatever. Come back either a different day or something. I was like, okay. And so after that, I was just like, I was so discouraged, but I was also like tired. I was like, yo, like, I just like feel heavy, and I just didn't like that. But I knew I was being obedient, but it was just like, dang, like this sucks. And I finished that, so I was like, all right. And I was hungry because once again I'm on my fast, so I was like, let me come home, get some Skinny Pop, get me a smoothie, some fruit, some whatever I got left, and just recharge and see what's going on after that. I get home and I start eating, and I open my computer, and I don't know if my email was open or if I went to my email. Either way, I went to my email, and I saw that there was a message in there, and it said something about video, like video. What did it say? I can look it up actually. It said like the title was like video. It was like some organization that said video needs. And so I was thinking I was like, maybe it's somebody, because I was getting out my card all day, my business cards of people. So I was like, okay, maybe it's somebody who I went, gave something today to, and they just maybe emailed me back. Maybe they found out that, hey, I'm interested in it. But it wasn't. It's a completely different business that I haven't been to, haven't heard of in the city. And it was this lady who was pretty much messaging me for, long story short, somebody had referred me that I worked with last year. This guy I worked with, a really awesome guy, another videographer. He referred me to her, and she was like, yeah, we're looking for a videographer for these like 6 projects we have that have to be done by a certain time. And she gave me some of the details and the price that it paid and like what it paid, and she sent me also an example video of like what they did last year that she said was a hit. So she pretty much wants the same video, but like obviously I guess the stories are a little different. And so I was like looking at it, and I didn't even open the email at the time, right? I got home, I sat down, I had my like naked smoothie or whatever I was drinking or eating on, and I sat down, opened it up. I opened my email and I saw video needs. I was like, okay, but then and so that automatically kind of interested me because I've been out all day and I felt discouraged, but I knew I was doing the right thing. And I opened the email and like almost started crying immediately once I saw that it was like, okay, this is something different. Like once I saw that it was a referral and like the details of it, I was like, oh, this is definitely something that pays. And so like I almost started crying. I've been crying a lot the past couple of days. God's been breaking me down in a lot of areas. Obviously humility one included. And when I tell you, that joint got to me. I was like, God is. The song that came to my mind was "God Really Loves Us" by Crowder and Dante Bowie, however you say it. Called "God Really Loves Us," and I was just like, God really loves us. Like I felt like Abraham. I really felt like Abraham in that situation, where like he has to, or God tells him to go sacrifice his son, as the sacrifice. And it's like the story is like God didn't want him to sacrifice his son. He just wanted Abraham's obedience. So I really feel like Abraham today, where it's like God didn't want me to necessarily be out here doing a ton of stuff for free necessarily. He just wanted my obedience. He just wanted me to do what he said, do what he told me to do, and to just have faith. And so today's been a whirlwind of emotions. So I emailed the lady back. Haven't really, nothing set in stone, and we haven't talked through any details, and we haven't talked at all. She just told me to email her back and kind of with my response. So, but that just like showed me like, just like I felt like, I don't know, I just feel crazy. So what's crazy in one season is gonna be counted as faithful in another. And so I got crazy faith. So that was just, that strengthened my just faith a lot. And I'm still gonna go out tomorrow and go to different businesses and once again still offer my services for free. But like that just warmed my heart. Like God really had like got me in his pocket for real. Like that was crazy. So this whole fast, this story is kind of a picture of what the entire fast is like, just having faith, like just doing what God's telling me to do when he tells me to do it. whether it's, going out and doing stuff for free, or whether it's like me being in prayer and God's like, hey, open up to Matthew 17 or Malachi 4 or whatever book of the Bible he's telling me to open up to, or whether he's telling me, hey, just chill out today, just relax, just stop worrying, or breathe, or I got you, or it's just like small stuff that he'll tell me. So it's just like that, but also I can't hear him if I don't sit back and listen sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just too busy doing, going, caught up in X, Y, and Z, you can't hear him. That's the whole point of fast, is you just take a step back. And you just give him your time. So that's been the greatest. Like, it taught me a lot about myself, that I can make time to do stuff. I can be disciplined enough to make time to read his word, to finish books, to be faithful, to fill up my spirit, not fill up my flesh, and have too many distractions like social media. And I still talk to friends and stuff. Like, God didn't limit me to not talking to anybody, but having the right friends around, godly friends, ones that help uplift me and don't just hey, how are you, what you doing today? And it's like, there's nothing wrong with friends like that, but there's nothing at the end of the day. It's just boring conversation that doesn't do anything. Like, people that really add to you is just it's just a thing of beauty, honestly. So yeah, to anybody thinking about doing a fast and thinking about, hey, I can't do a fast because of X, Y, and Z. Well, I don't want to, I don't think I'll be disciplined enough to eat like that, or I got this and that, and I'm too busy, and I'm whatever. Like, yo, God just wants you just gotta have faith, and you gotta take that first step of faith, which is starting. Once you start, you might fail a couple times. I actually got through the whole fast doing what I'm supposed to do this year. I did the fast last year. I didn't do so well, right? I had a lot of cheat meals. I had I kind of just like stopped. I wasn't. But the thing is, it's because if you don't set that time aside, and you don't really make intentional steps and moves and boundaries to hear from God during that time, then at that point you're basically just doing a diet, or you're just cutting something out of your life. But there's no real reason. Like, the resolve isn't there. You're just doing it, and it's like, okay. But when when life pushes you during that time, because it will. That's when you start a fast. Everything gets amplified times 10 in the spiritual realm and almost physically, right? As soon as I started the fast, for the first like 5 days, everything that never happens. Like, oh, free food is just everywhere all of a sudden. Like, hey, you want to go get some of this for me, and I'll pay for yours too. It's like, I would, but I'm on this fast. So that would be my thing, is just take that first step, but make sure you know why you're doing it. Like, know why you're doing it. Like, and you don't have to know the whole reason, right? Because people would be like, oh yeah, I'm going in this fast to help overcome my alcoholism, or something of that nature, which is fine. It's great to have that goal, but you ultimately also need to ask God, like, hey God, what do you want me to get out of this? What do you want me to get out of this? Do you want me to yes, obviously I have my own righteous reasons, and that's fine, but God will refine those reasons. It might still be that reason, but you might not have had a real reason behind. He might give you something deeper to basically, like, give you that resolve to be able to, like, actually do it. Because there's one thing about doing something, or wanting to do something, and then actually doing it. We all want to overcome our bad habits. We all want to plan better, be better people, love better, do X, Y, and Z. But until you have the reason behind it, like, God won't honor an unrighteous goal, if that makes sense. You can still go out and make it happen, but just know it's going to come with a whole plethora of problems that you could have gotten the exact same blessing for if you would have waited on God's timing and let him refine what, like, the reason behind X, Y, and Z. Like, just because you want $1 million, okay, that's fine, but, like, what are you going to do? Like, why do you want $1 million? Not just, if it's just a whole bunch of selfish reasons, like, oh yeah, I just want $1 million so that way I can say I made it, I can I can finally, yes, it's okay to, want to move out the hood and stuff, but it's like, or want to do X, Y, and Z with that, but help your mom. But it's like at the end, it's like, okay, what else is there? Because it's like once you do that one thing, it's like, all right, I just have $1,000,000 and I got my mom out the hood, and that's it. I'm done. Like, no, there's gotta be more. There's gotta be some long, sustaining things. Like, oh yeah, I want to open a center so that homeless people can do X, Y, and Z. Like whatever bothers you in the world, that's what God's calling you to help. No matter how big or small, whether you have $1,000,000, whether you have $2. For me, it's homeless people, right? He told me to do these homeless packs. I've been wanting to do these homeless packs for 2 years. I did those homeless packs. I've given away like 3 or 4 of them so far. Went out of my way today actually to give one away because I got out the car and I was downtown, and downtown has a lot of homeless people, just like walking around, and they sleep on the benches and stuff. And guy was just walking, and I passed him, and guy was like, "What are you doing? Like, you have these packs for a reason." And so I was like, "Hey man, you want some? I was like, you want some stuff real quick for free, just whatever." He's like, "Sure." And so I went in my car, got the pack, gave it to him. He was like, "Yeah, thank you, man, appreciate it." And I kept moving, I kept pushing. But like that's my reason. Like that was my reason. Like God told me to do that, and I have a reason to do it. So, you have to have a reason for whatever it is you want in life that God will refine. Right? You go to Him. You have a reason. You say, "Hey, God, I want this," and then you go to prayer with it and talk to God about it, and He'll be like, "Okay." Well, He might ask you why. He might be like, okay, but he'll refine you and give you a better reason for wanting it. So that way, when the going gets tough during the process of trying to get said thing, or God trying to give it to you, you're not, caught off guard or like overwhelmed by whatever outside circumstances are trying to, hinder the gift and the blessing from getting to you. So, those are my quick things about the fast that I enjoyed. Obviously, it was difficult at times. I really wanted fried chicken is one of my kryptonites in life. I just love fried chicken. I haven't had fried chicken in 21 days, and it's been crazy. But at midnight tonight, I'm getting some fried chicken, bro. Trust me. But at the same time, I'm not gonna revert to my old lifestyle of, being on social. Yes, I'm gonna download social media again. I'm not gonna be on it all day. I might be on it 3 days a week, 2 days a week. I don't know, 4 days a week. But I'm not gonna be on. I'm gonna try to like actually apply and instill these habits. So like I'm not gonna go back to, yes, I love fried chicken, and yes, I'm gonna get some fried chicken tonight, but I'm not going to revert to how I was before, where I was eating fried chicken potentially like 4 times a week, 5 times a week. Like it was just ridiculous. So being healthier lifestyle, been going to the gym. I haven't actually been to the gym in like 4 days, but going to the gym, eating healthier, like, losing weight starts in the kitchen, and it's very true. Like I didn't realize after like a week and a half I had lost 10 pounds. Like going to the gym, drinking water, eating fruit and vegetables, that's it. Like I was like, it's been great. Pants are a little bit bigger, which is a slight issue, but like that's a good issue to have. So yeah, like everything just works when you put God at the center of it, and that's really the whole focus, and what you gotta that's just what you gotta do, and that's what is going to keep you through this, is keep God at the center of whatever it is you're doing, whether it's a fast, whether you're not doing a fast, whatever, and everything's just gonna work. Like it's just gonna, like, that's the key to life, is just keep Him at the center. It's gonna work in whatever way it's supposed to work. So yeah, don't keep struggling through life. Just keep Him at the center. That's it. It's not, there's no giant, like life isn't supposed to be. There's gonna be like hard. Life is hard. Life has its hard moments, but like it's not like people make it harder than it is by not like believing in God, trusting God. People are, everybody's like, oh, I'm a Christian. They got a verse in their bio, but their lifestyle don't match what they say. They can talk the talk, they don't walk the walk. I've been the same way. Even just before this fast, I was not in the greatest place spiritually, and it was showing in my lifestyle. Like I was just doing foolish stuff that I thought I had graduated from, and then it comes back up, and when the going gets tough, I just fell. So yeah, keep God at the center. Really seek His wisdom, seek Him in everything. And I can almost guarantee you, actually I can't guarantee you, that he will never let you down. People will let you down. Things will let you down. He will never let you down. So that's all I gotta say. I hope this series of video, however the heck I decide to put these out, helped you, whatever the case may be. Yeah, y'all be blessed. Arigato. Gozaimasu.